It's not every day that Volo manages to stop the internet, freeze the comment section, and turn the entire fanbase into one global wave of pure emotion, but this time they did it almost effortlessly. The moment the clip of their newest duet began circulating, people said you could feel something shifting. Viewers didn't just watch it, they experienced it. And from the very first note, you could tell this performance wasn't just another polished stage moment. It was something that felt personal, like a small piece of their souls slipped out and rested in the hands of everyone watching. Imagine being there in the room. The lights were dim, the crowd hushed, and that familiar electricity filled the air, the kind that always comes before greatness. Fans later said they could sense it through the screen, as if the video carried the atmosphere with it. And right when the music began, all conversations stopped. Gianluca's voice entered first, soft and rich, the kind of tone that settles over you like a warm evening breeze. People who had been scrolling their phones paused instantly. You couldn't multitask while listening to that opening line. Demanded your attention. Then Ignacio came in, not overpowering but blending so seamlessly that some listeners said it felt like two heartbeats finding the same rhythm. His voice wasn't just powerful, it was vulnerable, almost trembling with emotion, as if he wasn't just singing the lyrics but feeling every word in real time. You could see it in his expression. Something about this duet hit deeper than usual. Even fans who have followed them for years said they had never seen this specific spark in his eyes before. And when Piero joined, the entire moment locked into place. His voice soared, full and resonant, giving the performance the strength it needed, like a foundation rising beneath the melody. Together, the three of them created a harmony that felt less like sound and more like storytelling. A kind of shared confession, a rare moment where all three let their guards down at once. Many people said they didn't even care what language the song was in. They understood everything. That's where the magic was born. Comments began to flood in immediately, and you could feel the emotional intensity through every word. People were writing things like, "I'm crying and I don't even know why," and "This is what music is supposed to feel like," and even, "I had to pause the video because this hit too hard." One viewer said she felt like someone reached into her chest and rearranged her heartbeat. Another wrote, "I've been listening to them for 10 years, but this is their masterpiece." And it wasn't just longtime fans reacting. New listeners were stumbling in with complete shock. Some said they had never heard Volo before and didn't understand how voices like this could exist. Others admitted they came for curiosity but stayed because the duet felt like a hug they didn't know they needed. People from different countries, different cultures, different generations, all experiencing the same emotional punch at the exact same moment. That's the kind of universality that only a few artists ever achieve. The moment they leaned toward each other, letting their voices intertwine, the performance shifted from beautiful to unforgettable. You could see Gianluca close his eyes, almost as if grounding himself in the notes. You could see Ignacio breathing through the emotion, at one point even stepping back slightly, like the moment overwhelmed him. And Piero, strong, steady Piero, softened in a way fans aren't used to seeing. His usual boldness gave way to something warmer, something introspective. People watching live said there was a moment where the entire room seemed suspended in the air, like no one remembered to breathe. You could literally feel the connection between the three of them, the way they listened to each other while singing, adjusting their intensity, shaping every harmony to match the moment. It was the kind of duet that didn't feel rehearsed. It felt lived. As the performance continued, the camera occasionally zoomed in on the crowd, and that's when you truly understood the impact. Some people were already wiping tears. Others had their hands on their chest. One woman in the front row looked like she was praying. Fans said those reactions matched exactly how they were feeling at home. Then came the high point of the duet, where the three voices rose together, touched the ceiling, and then broke open into a harmony so powerful that even people who'd listened with headphones said they felt chills run down both arms. The blend was so clean, so emotionally charged, that many called it the purest sound Volo has ever released. And right after that high note, something unexpected happened. The crowd didn't scream. They didn't erupt. Instead, the room remained silent for a split second. Just one breath, but enough to prove everyone had been carried somewhere else entirely. That moment of silence said more than applause ever could. It was the sound of people trying to recover from what they just felt. When the applause finally came, it wasn't just enthusiastic. It was explosive. People stood immediately, not because they were supposed to, but because they couldn't stay seated. And even the group looked overwhelmed. Ignazio pressed a hand against his chest. Gianluca gave a small nod like he was thanking the moment itself. And Piero looked out at the crowd with eyes that seemed brighter than before. The three of them exchanged a look. One of those unspoken acknowledgements artists share when they know they've created something special. And this is where the online reaction truly erupted. Fans began sharing clips with captions like, "I wasn't prepared for this. They're on another level. And this is the duet of the decade." Some wrote entire paragraphs describing how the performance helped them through personal struggles. Loss, heartbreak, anxiety. This duet wasn't just a song. For many, it became a comfort. Even musicians reacted with shock. Vocal coaches posted breakdown videos saying the breath control, emotion layering, blending technique, and dynamic control were near flawless. Some described the harmonies as liquid gold. Others said the group had reached a new level of maturity as artists. What shocked people the most wasn't the technical perfection. Il Volo has always had that. It was the emotional vulnerability. This duet stripped away the grand orchestral layers, the big staging, the powerful spotlight moments. It left just three men, three voices, and one message that felt universal. That sometimes the heart speaks loudest through quiet moments. And the fans responded like they'd been waiting for exactly this kind of honesty. Many said they kept replaying the video because it felt healing. Others said it reminded them of someone they missed. Some even claimed it made them message family members they hadn't spoken to in a while. The performance didn't just entertain, it moved people to action. And that is rare. Even days later, the internet hasn't recovered. The clip continues to circulate on every platform. New reactions keep pouring in. From fans who discover it late at night and end up crying at 2 a.m., to people who share it with friends saying, "You need this." The duet has become more than a performance. It's become a shared emotional experience, a moment that united thousands of people who may never meet but all felt the same thing at the same time. And if you're watching this on YouTube right now, you can feel it too. The energy, the goosebumps, the warmth in the chest that kind of sneaks up on you. That's the power Il Volo tapped into with this duet. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't dramatic. It was honest. And honesty, when delivered with voices like theirs, becomes unforgettable. So let me ask you, did this performance hit you the same way it hit millions of others? Did you feel that wave of emotion rising the moment their voices blended? Did you get that sudden chill or that soft, unexpected lump in your throat? Because if you did, trust me, you're not alone. Fans everywhere are feeling the exact same thing. Let's talk about it. What part of the duet got you the most? Was it the opening line, the shared harmony, the high note, or the silent moment right after? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this performance deserves a full conversation. And if you're watching right now and you want more breakdowns, more emotional stories, and more iconic moments like this, go ahead and hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel so much. And if you ever want to support even deeper, use the Super Thanks feature and let me know which Il Volo performance you want me to cover next. Your support keeps this channel growing and allows me to keep bringing you the stories you love. Il Volo just delivered their most heartfelt duet yet, and fans everywhere are still losing it. And honestly, it's easy to see why.